Have you ever wondered how a single decision can alter the course of history? It was the summer of 1990 when the world woke up to the shocking news of Iraq's invasion of Kuwait. This marked the inception of the Gulf War, a conflict that would ripple across the globe. But what led Iraq to take such a drastic step? At the heart of the dispute were economic and territorial disagreements. Kuwait, a small but oil-rich nation, was accused by Iraq of overproducing oil and consequently driving down prices. This allegedly hampered Iraq's economy, already buckling under the weight of war debts. Additionally, Iraq harbored long-standing territorial claims on Kuwait, viewing it as an integral part of their nation. The invasion was met with widespread international condemnation. Nations far and wide denounced Iraq's aggressive move, setting the stage for an intense geopolitical drama. And so, the stage was set for a conflict that would reverberate around the world. In the face of such blatant aggression, the world could not stand by. As Iraq's invasion of Kuwait shook the global community, an international response was swiftly organized. The United Nations Security Council passed a series of resolutions condemning the invasion and implementing economic sanctions against Iraq. But when diplomacy failed to persuade Iraq to withdraw, a military response became inevitable. Led by the United States, a coalition of 39 countries was formed. This diverse group, which included nations from Europe, the Middle East, Asia, and Africa, shared a common goal: the liberation of Kuwait. In January 1991, Operation Desert Storm was launched. This was a sustained air campaign targeting Iraq's military infrastructure. The coalition's technologically advanced weaponry, coupled with a well-executed strategy, crippled Iraq's air defenses, communication networks, and weapon production facilities. The coalition's response was swift and decisive, disrupting Iraq's military capabilities and paving the way for a ground assault that would ultimately liberate Kuwait. The swift and decisive action of the coalition seemed to signal a quick end to the conflict, but the war was far from over. Despite the apparent victory, peace remained elusive. In the wake of the Gulf War, Iraq found itself under severe sanctions imposed by the United Nations. These sanctions, intended to force Iraq into compliance with international law, led to widespread economic hardship and societal unrest. As we move forward to the year 2003, the world witnessed yet another military intervention in Iraq. This time, the United States, accompanied by a coalition of allies, launched an invasion with a controversial justification: the presence of weapons of mass destruction, or as commonly known, WMDs. The intelligence suggesting such weapons, however, was later revealed to be flawed, sparking a global debate about the legitimacy of the invasion. This controversial invasion led to the rapid fall of Saddam Hussein's regime, a regime that had been in power for more than 2 decades. The downfall of Saddam, while seen as a victory by some, created a power vacuum that plunged the nation into chaos. Iraq found itself in the midst of a violent insurgency, sectarian conflict, and rampant corruption, making the road to stability a steep uphill climb. With the fall of Saddam Hussein, Iraq found itself on the brink of a new era, but the path forward was fraught with challenges. The aftermath of the 2003 invasion marked a pivotal moment in Iraq's history, setting the stage for the country's future political landscape. But that, dear listeners, is a story for another time. The echoes of war can be heard long after the guns have fallen silent. In the wake of the 2003 Iraq War, the landscape of the nation was forever altered. The immediate aftermath was marked by a rise in insurgent groups, stoked by sectarian tensions and a power vacuum left by the dismantling of Iraq's Ba'athist government. The instability was further compounded by the emergence of the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, also known as ISIS, a radical group that exploited the chaos to establish a self-proclaimed caliphate, spreading terror and destruction in its wake. As years passed, efforts towards rebuilding Iraq have been met with varying degrees of success. Political instability continues to challenge the country's progress, with corruption, sectarian violence, and foreign interference often undermining the path to a stable and prosperous Iraq. Yet, amidst the struggles, there are glimpses of resilience and hope. a testament to the enduring spirit of the Iraqi people. Looking back at the complex tapestry of events we've discussed, the story of Iraq's wars underscores the intricate interplay of factors that can lead a nation into conflict. From the genesis of the conflict, through international responses, invasions, and the long-term aftermath, we see a sobering illustration of the far-reaching impacts of war. It's a narrative woven with threads of power struggles, ideological clashes, and human resilience, a narrative that continues to evolve even today. In the end, the story of Iraq's wars serves as a stark reminder of the enduring impacts of conflict and the intricate web of events that can lead a nation down the path of war.